Come on in, gentlemen. Come on in, gentlemen. Welcome. It's a good Monday after the weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed your family, your friends. It's back to the grind, which is never off the grind. We take breaks. Take your break, get back at it. Today, we're going to discuss a very interesting concept. I think a few of the creators may have touched on this. I think, shout out Black Ram. I think Black Ram may have mentioned this, living in the shadows, the invisible man. So I'm going to break down what the invisible man is and why most men are invisible to women. Also going to touch on heartbreak, and has heartbreak changed you, or did it just reveal who you were all along? See, the concept of the invisible man is the invisible man becomes invisible on two ends of the spectrum. On one spectrum, he is invisible by genetics. He was not born with the physical appeal that most women are attracted to. The other spectrum is the invisible man chooses to become invisible. And then you got phases in life, which is the middle ground, where men go invisible in and out of periods in their life. When they're up, you have a good year. You're going to have some ups and downs. After you learn yourself, you begin to have more ups than you do downs. But men have periods in their life where they're going to be invisible to women. This is when you will be at your lowest. Other men will have times in their life which will be a little bit more on the normal, because they just don't understand why they're invisible to women. Most men are invisible to women because women nowadays have a tunnel vision view of the prototype man who has a high level of status. His aesthetic, his height, and his financial access, the access he has to money, his worth from a money standpoint. If you're in a younger circle, if you're in college, and even if in college and high school, this trend that you're seeing now is a trickle down effect to where you have girls coming out of high school or still in high school trying to be adults, because in this generation we have piss poor parenting. I'll say that again. In this generation, we have piss poor parenting because the parents want to be friends instead of being parents. The parents want to have their child in the same clubs, in the same setting as they are, when in reality they really want to be in the same setting and environment as their children, because they're still children themselves. You see these challenges where it's the mother and daughter challenge. The mother and daughter challenge, where you have women competing with their children, their daughters, because it's a attention contest. So the high school and college level women, they're looking for men who's already made themselves something. They do not understand the process and what it takes to get to being something. They only see the finished product. So in your college, if you're in college, coming out of high school, you're not in the in crowd, you're not considered popular. You see these women, they act like they don't see you. Now they see you as a person when it's, we have to get out the way, or the physical space, but they don't see you because you have not shown anything of value or promise to them, which you shouldn't. This should not be your goal, but this is just explaining why you may be invisible and how to become more visible to them. The invisible man, he has a interesting background. The invisible man, the man who has not taken the time to get into the gym. You have not taken the time to develop a skill or craft in which you are known for. See, in today's time, a lot of people want to be the face of their business or their services. in my line of work, I get, a lot of different requests for graphic designs when it comes to flyers, logos, etc. And I noticed that a lot of women, they want their face on everything. They want their picture included in the logo, which does not really make sense because no one knows you. So your face being on a logo would do more of it would be more of a repellent than something that would attract a person to patronize your business or service. You want to be known for your work. You want to be known for your work and your customer service and your character on how you deal with people. Let your work speak for you. Do not have a good product or service and try to hog the spotlight over your product or service. You become a manager at that point. It's no different than a car. When you see certain people pull up in the car, they want to have the windows down with their feet hanging out, the doors up. If they have a Lamborghini or if they modified their car, they want to show people that I'm the owner of the car versus having them just admire the craftsmanship that went into making the car what it was or what it is. The invisible man, when it comes to women, they treat you like a servant. You get servant treatment from women. You don't get, a lot of the enthusiasm. You get to deal with women on a very basic level. You don't really get to see their personality. You don't really get special treatment because she doesn't look at you as special. She thinks she's the special ingredient in every equation she finds herself in. The invisible man who chose to go invisible, that's a very smart man. Because when you go invisible, you keep yourself out of mess. You keep yourself out of bullshit because no one sees you. Out of sight, out of mind is a true statement. When you're invisible and when you decide to go dark, this is the time in which you say, this is when I'm going to give the most dedication, the most commitment, the most effort into taking myself, my business, and anything that I'm involved in to the next level, to the highest level. That period in which you disappear could be a month, it could be 2 months, it can be 6 months, it can be a year. The longer you go dark or the longer you disappear, the better, because you have more time to focus on nothing but you and your goals. See, what we tend to deal with in today's time, people can feel when you are locking in and honing in on your destiny and your goals and ambition. They try to come at you with either mess, distraction to go kick it. They're gonna start. You'll get this weird energy from people. They're gonna say you're acting funny. That comes with the territory. Just take it. Do not take it personal. Do not take it. Take it with a grain of salt, because people are only comfortable when they know what you're doing. People only hang around you to kind of keep up, to see what you're doing, what you're wearing, what you're buying, what are you doing next, where you're going. They don't keep up with you, or they're not around you to support or to exchange ideas or to make you better or make themselves better. They're just around you to kind of keep a one up on you, to make sure you don't get a one up on them. Now, the question of the day is, has heartbreak changed or revealed you? You hear the quote unquote, the quintessential shaming tactic from women. Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Such an ignorant question, isn't it? If you're over 11 years old, you have been hurt by someone. If you're over 15, 16, 17, you have been hurt by a girl more than likely. 70% of the time, I would say 80 to 90, you have been hurt by the opposite gender, and that goes both ways. So it's a asinine question to ask because it's a deflection tactic that women use when they're triggered. No different than when people say, or you're just hating. You're hating on them because you're critiquing or you're asking certain questions that seem to be triggering because it's going to expose a contradiction. Heartbreak does not, it doesn't, you should not take it as serious as the feeling that you have involved, if that makes sense. If you're overly in love, you need to question, why are you so infatuated, or why are you so emotionally invested in this woman, as to what would, make you a dark soul. Why does she have the power to turn your heart cold? Or has your heart always been this way? You just needed an excuse to show it. You have people who champion going into savage mode when they come out of a breakup. When they come out of a relationship, you see men and women talking about they're going to be beast mode, they're going to be heartless. They start playing future marathons. They listen to Moneybag Yo. They're listening to all this dark music that fuels their hatred for whoever broke their heart. They listen to and they engage in activities that fuel whatever that is making them, seek revenge on the one who broke their heart. They come out of relationships and now everybody has to pay because you either chose wrong or you did not behave in a manner in which will keep the relationship healthy and whole. People get into relationships and they think it's all about them. They don't understand that it's about the two of you, not just one part. So heartbreak can change you if you let it. It will reveal some evil parts about you. You will try to get revenge. You will try to, show up at the next function with a baddie on your arm to show her you can do better. In most cases, this is what women do. You do not want to catch yourself going tit for tat, trying to one up women, arguing and trying to show that I showed you up first before you showed. No, that's beta. If a relationship does not work out, it simply just didn't work. I'm sure you had jobs that you worked that you hated. It didn't work out. You don't go in there on purpose with your new name tag at your new job saying, hey, I got another job that's better than this one, because they really don't care anyway. Business is business. So when you catch yourself in this game where you want to play tit for tat, you want to show out or hurt your ex-lover because she hurt you, that is a dangerous game because it's never ending. Depending on the type of woman who you were dealing with, that game can be very dangerous. You have to use finesse. You have to know when to use sugar and you have to know when to use salt. A lot of people want to use salt because it has that grit behind it. It has that, I got your ass. No, that's beta. Your top 3 goals in life should always be your driving force. Your purpose should be your driving force, not getting get back, not showing all the women that did not work out for you or with you that you can do better or that you elevated. They will see it. You did not go out your way to show it. They will see it. And if they don't see it, it wasn't meant for them to see. And if they upgrade, into another relationship, that's for them. That is not for you to have any opinion or any type of ill feeling towards. That is their destiny. That is what the Most High had for them. See, we like to wish pain and misfortune on those who we feel we were better than in the relationship. This usually will come from women. Again, speaking on the hate mail that I got a few days ago, and I found out who it was. People do not send anonymous hate messages without leaving clues, that it was them, because they want you to know that it was them, because it gives them all the pleasure that they're seeking for leaving that message. But in any rate, I found out who it was, and again, she wants me to respond. She's making the videos, and I'm not going to do all of that back and forth. That's beta bull. We don't do that. I wish you nothing but the best. Any woman that I've dealt with, I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you find the love of your life and you flourish. We just didn't work. Life goes on. But heartbreak can change you if you let it. It will turn you sour. It will turn you into a cold-hearted introvert. It will have you losing your identity. It will have you losing yourself, and you will not put out anything but negative energy, and you will not get anything positive out of having that negative energy, having the grudge of heartbreak sitting on your shoulders, it does not work. Let it go and you press on, you move forward. Because life is about lessons, life is about experiences. And once you go through certain experiences, nobody can take those experiences away, and no one can give you the insight that you would get from going through the experience. A lot of people, I hear the message, how can you talk about relationships when you're not in one? Or how can you talk about relationships when you're not married? That's a fair question. That's a fair assessment. However, just because I'm not in one doesn't mean I have not been in one. Because relationships, again, we complicate them more than what they should be because of society, social media, our environment, the education that we get, the religion that we practice. All of these ingredients play a role in what we do in relationships and what we do in our professional life as well. But if you are the invisible man, again, you choose how long you stay invisible. If you want to come out of the shadows, you have to put in the work and let your work and your accomplishments speak for you. Your face is null and void. You want your name to be good. But you guys, let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.